Hey everybody, and welcome back to Imaging USA. We are on the trade show floor with Gary Hughes, and it's always great to see you, my friend.
Glad to be back here. I feel like we are growing old together, one Imaging USA at a time.
Well, you may be getting older. I am just...
You look fantastic. You do.
You're an excellent liar.
Right.
Yeah, he's so full of it. So it's always good to catch up with you. It's been a year since we did our last interview. You have a new little one that has come along.
Yeah, I have 4 kids. I'm insane. So we have my son Gibson, 6 months old this week. So yeah.
That's awesome. It's amazing because you actually have to feed them every day too, right?
Oh no, I'm married, dude. No, of course, yeah. It's amazing how much small children eat. Shocking, yeah, and how often. Yeah. When we're home for the day, like on a weekend, I feel like all I do is clean the kitchen and then make the meal, and then clean the kitchen again and then make the next meal. That's my entire day.
Kind of sounds like the holidays around our house.
Yeah.
So last year when we were talking, and you had done a webinar for us as well, and you were really talking about email marketing, and that is really your jam.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So what's the next jam? What is the next level for Gary Hughes? Because you're on the grow, you're doing a lot of things, you're a busy man. So what's the next step?
Perfect for this, actually. Big change in our marketing focus in the last year, whereas we're still doing email, which I think is important. But what I've realized is that we have spent a lot of time and energy acquiring new clients and not enough energy keeping the ones that we have. Yeah. And so we actually had our team meeting at the end of the year, and we are all about retention. And retention is how you reach your bandwidth as a business owner, right? So we're small businesses, like one dude, maybe 2 ladies, maybe 1 person, doesn't matter. We're usually 1 or 2 people. And there are a lot of jobs to do, a lot of hats to wear. And getting new clients is such an exhausting time suck as a business. But you have a limited bandwidth with only a small staff, right? You can only take on so much work. You can only serve so many clients well. So if your bandwidth is full, then you don't need any new clients. Now, it's impossible to really get to the point where you don't need any new clients, but if it's done in percentages, the work that you're doing on a daily basis, the percentage can shift from being 10% retention and 90% new clients, and you want to move that slider down the other way. Because as your business grows and you pass that tipping point, that like 5 to 7 year sweet spot, you shouldn't have to try as hard to bring business into your studio, because shopping your clients is easier than getting new ones.
So with that being said, Gary, how has your message changed to your existing clients? Because I'm guessing before you weren't like, okay, thanks, bye, never talk to you
Honestly,
again.
I think that's how a lot of us operate, because really, you think about it, the first few years you're in business, you're just treading water, trying to pay your bills, trying to survive, taking anything that can come along. When you start to reach a point where you get a little space around you, and you can breathe, and you can plan, and you can bring intention into your business, then you start to realize, maybe I'm going to make sure I make time for this. So one of the things that we do now is, we started this last year, is to create a system by which we are keeping up with clients, calling them, texting them directly, individually, not just email blasting them out. They still get the weekly newsletter, exactly like we've always been doing it, but we have like large corporate clients, and every 3 months they get a phone call. And it's like, hey, how's it going? It's a customer service check-in. It's not a sales call. It's like, hey, want to make sure that the images we did for you, that everything's working, make sure you're happy, everybody able to upload to LinkedIn okay, anything we can do for you. And those conversations always seem to lead to, actually, we just hired 5 new people. And I just been thinking about you, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. So you're really shaking the trees with people that already are like in your list of fans, followers, whoever. So shopping those clients is good customer service and results in a lot of money. In the last quarter of 22, we did probably $20,000 extra from those phone calls. And it took a day and a half to call through the client list to just see how everybody was doing. And that's huge. That's, for a small business owner, 20 grand, that's a lot of money,
Darn right. So we just had a discussion at White House with Ed Monahan, and he was talking about the cost to acquire a new client versus feeding the ones you already have. Yeah. Do you have an idea in your mind, or maybe you have an exact number
maybe.
Of what it costs Gary Hughes to go out and get a new client?
Actually, we don't have a number. I only look at that sort of in like broad strokes. It's sort of time and energy. Our business, the way that it is, transactionally speaking, our marketing is fairly limited. We're not like sending out mailers. We're not doing billboards. It's really just, we spend quite a bit of time and effort on bringing customers in through Google. Because as a B2B service, we serve mostly, almost completely businesses rather than individuals. That's how they find us. And there's some word of mouth, but not really. There's some community marketing, but not a ton. And there's not like a lot of, people tend in their mind to separate their work from their home life. And so once they're out of their office, they're not going out of their way to like tell their buddies how great their headshot photographer was, you know? But in an office situation, they might. And so for us, I just look at how many leads we are getting per month based on the advertising spend that we're doing. But what really changes is your ability to raise your prices because you get busier, because if you try to do more work than you can handle, then you start giving bad customer service. And so managing that bandwidth, and as you start bringing in that work, it's actually okay to pump the brakes and not take everybody who wants to work with you, or schedule out a little further. Feeling a little more stable, having 2 or 3 months scheduled in advance is an incredible feeling. Best feeling ever, getting paid for the first time to take pictures. Next best feeling, realizing you can pay your bills and quit the job that you don't want to do anymore. Next best feeling is realizing you can actually start saving and put money towards retirement, and that you can build what we really want. The end goal as creative entrepreneurs is to have the schedule you want, to have the life you want, to have the space to be with your kids, to take a day off and go to the beach, or what, you don't really do that a lot where you live, but you know what I mean?
Right now.
Point being, the ultimate goal of going into doing something you love for a living is to buy back more time in your life where you're doing the things that you enjoy, but it's very easy for that thing that you previously enjoyed to become an anchor around your neck if you don't manage your business properly. So having that end goal of having free time and having a schedule that you want, having a great schedule, I mean, come on, if you remember in that situation, you got that perfect schedule, it just works, you know, there's very, 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 very small chance that you can overestimate having control over your time, how happy that can make you as a human being. And to me, that's the end goal. And
Totally.
so retention for clients is part of that. And that's how a business matures, is when you start concentrating on keeping the clients you've got and marketing to them first before worrying about bringing in anybody new.
I mean, Gary, you're always such an amazing resource for things like that. And, you know,
I've always got a blurb for you.
you do, but that's a very valuable blurb. And, you know, I think a lot of times when you think about what you just said, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I should do that. But the action plan of actually doing it, and to make those calls, take a day and a half and then put $20,000 in your account, that's a no-brainer, my friend.
I think that everybody should spend a significant amount of time calling your existing clients just to chat and say how they're doing, especially if you're in a boutique portrait and wedding business. You know, how are those frames looking? Everything good? Like, how are the prints holding up? Do you need any maintenance on anything like that? Just a customer service call is a great opener. And yes, your end goal is to also make money, but you're also giving radically good customer service by checking in on people. And they'll love to hear you're handling people's kids and playing with their pets and going into their homes and going to their favorite vacation spots. Like, you have a somewhat personal relationship with these clients. It's a unique one, but you can nurture that so much better just by doing that. And you'll find when you do that, you will see more return clients. And it takes several years, but that number of return clients, it will build, and your schedule will snowball, and you'll see that you are mostly shooting people you already know. You know, and that's not a bad thing. That means you're giving good customer service and doing a great job. So the main actionable thing that you can do, I think, is, and this is unsexy, unfortunately, this is the not sexy part, is you have to look at your numbers. You have to understand who you're serving, how much, when, and how much it costs you to do it. And then you get to start moving those pieces around the board, pulling on those levers to sort of fine-tune your business into what you want it to be. And I think that that's really the end game. If your end game is to just take pictures, you should go to dental school, because you can get a lot more money and free time to take pictures. If your goal is to be happy in a business that pleases you with the free time that you want, then you should really start to move those levers around and fine-tune your business into something that doesn't stress you out, that it brings you joy. And money is a means to an end for me. So I've always got tips on how to make money and keep more money, but the only goal is, if I have somebody who wants to book me on a day and my kid's got a soccer game or a ballet recital or whatever, I can say no. And that's the freedom that you want to buy with your art.
That's awesome. So, you are a educator, you're a father, you're a business owner.
And I make good waffles.
Oh, I didn't know that, but that's good to know. So what is the next place that you're going to be teaching, Gary? How can people find you if they want to learn more?
Absolutely. If you go to my website, you just type in Gary Hughes Photographer, I'll pop up. My SEO is pretty good. You can get on my email list, and I send out everywhere I'm going to be, everything I'm going to do, and you're going to see all the links to my latest videos, free resources and downloads, as well as the ability to follow up with what I'm doing. Listen to my podcast. It's called the Photobomb Podcast. You can find that anywhere podcasts are found. And I will be next at WPPI in Las Vegas. I think I'll see you there. I see you there. Yep. And then after that, I will be at SWPP in London. So teaching for yeah, I know, very fancy. You know, traveling for work, people think it's sexy. It's pretty exhausting. That's all. It's just exhausting.
So can we go to London with you?
Yes, you can, 100%. I would love that. There is an empty seat next to me on the plane right now. I would also say if you just want to go directly and you don't want to subscribe to a dumb email list, check me out on YouTube, Gary Hughes Official, Instagram, Gary Hughes Official, and that's pretty much it.
Thank you, my friend. Always good to see you.
Love me some White House.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be back with you shortly.